Jai Shri Ram. The word Krishna occurs in the Bhagavad Gita 8 times. You can remember it because it is always Krishnashtami. 8 times. First one, 128. In the first chapter, Arjuna Vacha Drushtvemam Swajanam Krishna Yutsam Samupasthitam Sidanti Mama Gatrani Mukhancha Parishushyati. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, seeing my own kinsmen arrayed for battle here and intent on killing each other, my limbs are shivering and my mouth is drying up." Drishtva means seeing. Swajanam is swajanam. And yuyutsum, eager to fight. Samupastitam, present here. Sidanti, quivering, shaking. Gatrani, gatrani is all the limbs. Mukham, the mouth. Parishushyati is drying up. So, Arjuna is lamenting. This is the first occurrence of the word Krishna. Second, in 132, Arjuna is again saying, Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna Nacha Rajyam Sukhanicha Kinno Rajyena Govinda Kim Bhoge Jivitena Va Yeshamarthe Kankshitam No Rajyam Bhoga Sukhanicha Taime Vasthita Taimeva Avasthita Yuddhe Pranam Styaktva Dhananicha. Arjuna is saying, "O Krishna, I don't want any victory or a kingdom or happiness accruing from all this. Of what is the use? A kingdom, pleasures, or even life itself, of what use is it when the very people for whom we are doing all this are standing before us for battle?" మన వాళ్ళ కోసం కదా, వాళ్ళే యుద్ధానికి రెడీ అయ్యి చావడానికి రెడీగా అయితే ఎవరి కోసమైతే మనం ఇదంతా చేస్తున్నాం వాళ్ళే యుద్ధానికి చావడానికి రెడీగా అయితే ఎందుకయ్యా ఇది? దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ అర్జున ఈజ్ సెయింగ్. లెట్ అస్ లుక్ ఎట్ ద వర్డ్స్. న కాంక్షే, కాంక్షే మీన్స్ డిజైర్. విజయం కృష్ణ నచ రాజ్యం సుఖాని చ కిం నో రాజ్యేన గోవింద గోవింద గోవింద. నౌ ద వర్డ్ గోవింద హ్యాస్ మెనీ మీనింగ్స్. Go means the Mother Earth, Bhudevi. Govinda means one who protects Mother Earth. He took Varaha Avtaram. All these avtaras are basically to protect Mother Earth. And in the Varaha Avtaram, he lifted Mother Earth. So he is Govinda. Govinda also means a protector of cows. Go means senses. So one who is a master of the senses. So, and he protects the senses in the sense that if you surrender to him, if you become a prapanna, because he is Rishikesha, he is the master of all senses, he will save you. Otherwise, we are unfortunately slaves of the senses. Okay. Incidentally, the word go also means the Vedas. Govinda means one who knows the Veda. In fact, it's not Vedas, we should say Ved. Vedas is the corruption of the word. Vedas is the English anglicized term. So, Govinda, one who knows the Veda. Ved, because he created the Ved. He is the author of the Ved and he knows the Ved. No one knows the Ved as much as Krishna does, because Ved is after all the Nishwasa, the breath of Krishna. So that is about Govinda. Now Arjuna is saying, Kim bhogayet jivitena va kankshitam, coveted for. Anyway, this is over. So we will go to the next 141. So in 141, अधर्मम अधर्म विभवात कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुल स्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेया जायते वर्णसंकरः. Krishna is again Arjuna is continuing with the preponderance of vice, moral corruption, with the increase of this turpitude, debauchery. Oh Krishna, because all the men will die, the women will become lusty and they will go after other males, and then all kinds of illicit sexual activity will start, and the women of the family will become completely immoral, and from the immorality of women, oh descendant of Vrishni, unwanted progeny will be born. And this unwanted progeny, you see, will have no values, and they will become the mlechas and they will destroy society. So Arjuna is again lamenting here. So adharmad abhibhavat, please note down, abhibhavat, preponderance, increase, Proliferation, increase, sudden increase. Abhibhavat. Adharma abhibhavat Krishna. Pradushyanti, become immoral. Kulastriyaha, women of the family. Strishu dushtasu, dushtasu, immorality. Varshneya, descendant of Vrishni. Jayate varna sankaraha, unwanted progeny. So because if you cross a rabid dog with a mad dog, I don't know what you will get. So that is why our Hindu marriage system is extremely scientific. It is eugenics in action. EUGENICS. Eugenics means the science of selective breeding to improve the quality of the race. So we don't have caste in Hinduism. Caste is a word that has been thrust on us. We have Jati, Kula, Varna and Gotra. Jati is the family tree. Kula is the family profession. Of course, these two words are being interchangeably used now. And Varna is the psychological temperament. And then Gotra is the descent from a common male ancestor. Remember, the male supplies the Y chromosome to the newborn. The female supply only X. So what is the function of this Y? Scientists are not very clear on it. A lot of research is still going on. Nevertheless, our rishis intuited that the Y chromosome is so very important. Therefore, it is a patronymical. If you want to call it patriarchal, because the word patriarchal has acquired a negative meaning. You see, Kauravas were patriarchal, Pandavas were matriarchal. Draupadi, Kunti, all of them had great roles to play. Their word was considered sacrosanct. Whereas here you see Dhritarashtra was ruling the roost and Duryodhana. So anyway, that's an entirely different debate now. Varna Sankara. That means, reckless hybrids, mutants will be born. In genetic engineering, we believe that we can produce a better race by grafting. Hindu science or spirituality, if you want to call it, because in Hinduism, science and spirituality are not separate. Everything about Hindu is both scientific and spiritual. Some of them are purely scientific, some are spiritual. When there is a touch of spirituality, people will obey without much questioning. Therefore, around every activity in Hinduism, you will find spirituality. This will generate Shraddha. I don't want to use the word faith, because the word faith has a negative connotation. Shraddha, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Dhrudo Vishwasa Shraddha. That is the definition given by Adi Shankaracharya. Okay. So, the next verse in which the word Krishna occurs, 5th chapter, 1st verse, Arjuna Vacha. Sanyasam karmanam Krishna Punaryogancha Shamsasi Yachreya Yetayorekam Tanme Bruhi Sunischitam. Krishna, Arjuna is saying, "Oh Sri Krishna, you praised karma sannyasa, the path of renunciation of actions, and you also advised me to do karma yoga, work with devotion. Now please tell me decisively, sunischitam, which of these two is more beneficial?" You see, Arjuna Vacha. Karmanam, Arjuna Vacha, Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna, Punah means again. Yogam, about karma yoga. Shamsasi means praise. You praise. Yat Shreyo means beneficial. Shreyas, preyas. These are the very important concepts in Hinduism. Shreyas means what is good and leads to moksha. Initially painful, but in the long run very good, like yoga, getting up in the morning, studying Bhagavad Gita, working hard, tenaciously, not being dispirited. All these things are Shreyas. Eating sattvic food, not eating simply because it is very good. Hit book, myth book, rit book. Hit book, eat what is good for you, sattvic food, no meat. Rit book, eat in season, whatever in season. Don't store food in the refrigerator, that is tamasic food. Hit book, myth book, eat in limited quantity. Simply because something is good, don't overeat like a pig. Don't hog and become a glutton. We are actually dietetic sinners. You see, William Osler, a great scientist, said we are dietetic sinners. Why? Because I believe after the teenage, when there is a growth spurt in teenage, there is a lot of food is necessary for one to grow. But after the teenage, I believe the human body uses only 5% of the food that we consume. The rest is either wasted or becomes toxic and harmful for us. So we must eat as less as possible. Adi Shankaracharya said actually hunger is a disease and food should be eaten like medicine. So medicine, you know how much we take? Tablets, right? or a spoon, a small spoon. Kanchi Paramacharya, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, who lived for 100 years, he used to eat just a handful of atukulu, poha. But he was so vibrant, so energetic. So this is the truth. Continuously try to reduce your food intake. You don't need so much. I finally realized we are not only dietetic sinners, we are gustatory sinners. We eat because we like the taste. So I think the scientist William Osler, who is no more, if he were to be with us today, he will agree with me. I think we are more than dietetic sinners, we are gustatory sinners. We eat a lot simply because we love the taste. The tongue is so difficult to control, you see. Two functions. We have no control on what we say and no control on what we eat. So Arjuna is saying, Shreya. Shreya means beneficial. Preyas means what is pleasant in the short term. Actually pleasant now and harmful in the end. Yeah, all dirty habits like drinking, alcohol, and addiction to TV or TV serials or playing video games or leading a sedentary lifestyle. All these are initially pleasant and in the long run they generate diseases. So that is preyas, 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 shreyas. In Sanatana Dharma, preyas and shreyas are a very, very important concept which are mentioned throughout the Veda and the Upanishads. Okay, now we'll go to the next verse. The word Krishna occurs next in 634, where Arjuna is again lamenting. Chanchalam himana Krishna pramadhi balavadhrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. Arjuna is saying something very sensational. Please listen very carefully. Chanchalam himana Krishna. This particular shloka is important, 634, because when writing the commentary on this, Adi Shankaracharya defined the word Krishna. And he defined Krishna as Bhakta Jana Papa Adi Dosha Karshanat Krishna. Bhakta Jana Papa Adi Dosha Karshanat Krishna. That means he uproots, destroys, exterminates, eliminates the doshas, the flaws, the weaknesses, the foibles, the failings, the character flaws in his devotees, and also Bhakta Jana Papadi Dosha, Papa Adi Dosha, Papa, all Papam. Now sin is a silly Christian term. Sin is actually the act of disobedience of Adam in eating that fruit which he was told not to eat by God. That fruit happened to be the fruit of the tree of knowledge, which is a strange thing because God, being omniscient, should have known that this fellow is going to eat it. And anyway, another question would be, why should we not eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge? We should definitely not eat the fruit of the tree of ignorance. Anyway, Adam violated God's rule, and I believe God got angry and kicked both Adam and Eve out of paradise, and that is called the original sin. And all humans are infected by this original sin. How? They can't answer. They say that Adam has to be treated as a universal man, so what he did affects all of us, and the crime committed by him we all have to pay, which is again ridiculous. No court of law will accept this logic. If a father has committed a crime, the son cannot be punished for it. Nevertheless, the whole of Christianity is based on this. And many people, when they write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, they try to show off their learning of knowledge of Bible, which is very annoying. Do Christian writers, when they write on Bible, or Muslims when they write on their Quran, do they quote Bhagavad Gita? No. Many great scholars, Radha Krishna, I don't want to name them, Gandhiji of course, and many others. Why do they do that? I think it's a case of serious inferiority complex. We are trying to appeal to them in a psychological way that listen, we are also good, look at our scripture. We should stop this habit. I have read the Bible and the Quran thoroughly, Hadith also. I don't find any spirituality in it. Okay, it's all purely dogmatic. So I think these people should have been more cautious. And if you find somebody quoting from the Bible, please refer him to me, I will discuss with him. Okay, so Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadi balavadhrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. The mind is very chanchal, restless. And pramadi means turbulent, chaotic, agitated, disturbed. Balavat, very strong, adamant. Dridham, obstinate, adamant. Mondidi, mata vinadu. Tasyaham nigraham means control. Manye means I think. Vayoriva sudushkaram, vayu means wind. Iva means like. Sudushkaram, very difficult to perform. So the mind is very restless, oh Krishna. It is very strong and stubborn, and it appears to me that it is more difficult to control than the wind itself. This is Arjuna. Then, of course, in the next shloka, Krishna says, Krishna gives the solution. Of course, for the word Krishna, other people have given other definitions. You see, many definitions are there. One more is here now. Karshati yoginam paramahamsanam chetansi iti Krishnaha. Please note down. Please note down. Karshati. Karshati means attract. Karshati yoginam paramahamsanam chetamsi iti Krishnaha. Krishna is he who forcefully attracts the minds of even the most powerfully minded yogis and paramahamsas. So, sarvam karshati Krishna. He attracts everything. Karshati yoginam paramahamsanam chetamsi iti Krishna. So, this is one more definition. Of course, the other definitions are quickly I will recap. Krishi bhuvachaka shabdaha. Krishi bhuvachaka shabda. Bhu means existence. Bhu can mean happiness, joy, bliss. Krishi bhuvachaka shabdaha na nivrittivachakaha. Na nivrittivachakaha. Nivritti is detachment. Tvayor aikyam parabrahma Krishna iti abhidiyate. So when this Krish and Na come together, it is the name of Parabrahma. Parabrahma is called as Sri Krishna. Okay. And in Garga Samhita, Garga, Rishi Garga is the person who gave Krishna his name, Namakarana. He defined Ka stands for Kamalapati, that means the husband of Vishnu, husband of Lakshmi. So he is the master of all wealth. So if you want wealth, worship Krishna. Don't go to anybody else. After all, anybody else is actually a petty shopkeeper, and Krishna is the Walmart, or Krishna is the super supplier. So if you worship any other deity, supposedly a deity of wealth, they are actually passing on what Krishna is giving to them to you. So why don't you directly approach Krishna? That is why Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita also said, Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutino arjuna arto jignasur artharti jnani cha bharatarshava. Artha chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutino arjuna. Good people. There are 4 types of good people who worship me. One is artha. That means he is distressed. Arto jignasu, who wants to know. Artharti, one who wants wealth. And one who already knows. Jnani cha bharatarshava. So now, the answer that Krishna gives is, if you can see, 635, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Asamshayam Mahabaho, Mano Durnigraham Chalam, Abhyasena tu Kaunteya, Vairagyena cha Grihyate. Yes, I do agree. Oh Arjuna, Krishna is saying, oh mighty armed son of Kunti, what you say is correct. The mind indeed is very difficult to restrain, but by practice and detachment it can be controlled. Abhyasa Vairagyalto danni control cheyalra naina. Now, the next verse in which the word Krishna occurs, 637, again Arjuna is saying, Arjuna Vacha, Ayati Shraddhayopeto Yogachalita Manasaha Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kangatim Krishna Gacchati. It's an interesting doubt. What is the fate of the unsuccessful yogi who begins the path with Shraddha, but who does not endeavor sufficiently due to an unsteady mind and is unable to reach the goal of yoga in this life? యోగ సాధనలు అన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత కూడా మోక్షం దొరకలేదు ఈ జీవితంలో మళ్ళీ చచ్చిపోయాడంటే అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది వాడి గతి ఉస్కా క్యా హోగా యాక్చువల్లీ రామకృష్ణ పరమహంస ఇన్ హిస్ కమెంటరీ వన్స్ said it is like this. He narrated a small story. There was a man, I believe, who was walking through a forest, and suddenly he noticed a dead body on which some flowers were strewn, and apparently some Shava Puja was going on. You see, these tantrics do all kinds of things. Because their mind is so tamasic and demonic, asuric actually. So naturally, anyway, they are doing whatever they are doing, which is definitely worse than being an atheist. It is not. It is worse to be an atheist. At least this fellow knows that there is a higher power. So this man was walking through the forest. He noticed a Shava with flowers. He heard about the Shava Puja. So for a minute, his mind, he sat on that Shava and just for the fun of it, we were pretending. Mahakali, Mahakali, Jai Mahakali. He started doing something. Suddenly Mahakali appeared, and this fellow was shocked, flabbergasted, totally, stunned. And she said, "Yes, what do you want?" He said, "Ma, I think you made a mistake. There was some other fellow who was doing this, but for some reason he's not here, and I just played a prank. I just thought I'll have some fun. So I think I'm not the one who deserves." So Kali, I believe, said, "Listen, beta, there is no mistake here. Janmantara Sahasreshu. You have been doing sadhana for thousands of years, and you died in the last birth without completing it. So now this is your opportunity, and things are now getting completed." So this is what Kali said. So that's what Krishna also says. So all the good work, sattvic work that we do over so many janmas, it is not lost. In normal human life, suppose you are building, you are constructing a house. If you stop halfway and again start after 6 months, by that time some things will rot, and sometimes you may have to start all over again, right? So there is a loss, because wear and tear will be there, depreciation will be there in this prakriti, but not in yoga sadhana. So Krishna is giving that guarantee. So Krishna is giving that guarantee in the next verse. So Arjuna is actually continuing with that question. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashta chinnabhramiva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudo brahmanah pati. So he is asking, does not such a person who deviates from yoga get deprived of both material and spiritual success? Ubhaya brashtatvam, idi ledu, adi ledu, dhobi ka kutta na ghar ka na ghat ka. He has not enjoyed material life and he has not achieved spiritual perfection. Oh mighty armed Krishna, and he perishes like a broken cloud with no position in either sphere. So that is what Arjuna is lamenting. That's an interesting question, isn't it? ये तन्मे संशयं कृष्णा चेत्तुमर्हस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्यास्य चेतना न ह्युपपद्यते. Oh Krishna, please dispel this doubt of mine completely, because who else is there other than you who can do so? So of course then Krishna replies, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Partha naivehanamutra vinashastasya vidyati nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. This is a very important shloka, 640. Please memorize this. The Supreme Lord Krishna said, "O Partha, one who engages on the spiritual path does not meet with destruction either in this world or the world to come. Oh my dear friend, one who strives for God realization is never overcome by evil." మంచి పని చేసేవాడికి ఎప్పుడు దుర్గతి పట్టదు. నహి కళ్యాణ కృత్ కశ్చిత్ దుర్గతిం తాత గచ్చతి. పార్థ నైవేహనాముత్ర వినాశస్తస్య విద్యతే నహి కళ్యాణకృత్ కశ్చిత్ దుర్గతిం తాత గచ్చతి. దుర్గతి పట్టదు మంచివాడికి. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ గుడ్ డీడ్స్, if you are doing charity, altruism, philanthropy, if you are saving, helping people, giving, offering succor, SUCCOUR, succor means assistance in the time of distress. If you are doing this, even if you don't believe in Krishna, the loss of karma set in motion by Krishna will aid your spiritual growth. So that's what Krishna said. Now let's go to the next shloka in which the word Krishna occurs. So the next shloka was actually 639. Etanme samshayam Krishna. Okay, that's what I just read. Chettumarhasya sheshatah tadanyas samshayasyasya chetana hyupapadyate. And the next one, the last one, the eighth verse in which the word Krishna occurs is 17th chapter, first verse. Arjuna again. Arjuna says, Ye shastra vidhim utsrujya yajante shraddhayanvita Tesham nishtatu ka Krishna Satvamaho Rajastamaha. See, Krishna is being asked so many questions. Arjuna, some people said I have to count 65 questions in the entire Bhagavad Gita. Now we will check later. Arjuna is saying, "Oh Krishna, where do they stand who disregard the injunctions of the Shastras but still worship with Shraddha? Is there faith in the mode of Sattvika or Rajasic or Tamasic?" You see, there are so many people in Hinduism who are worshipping tombs and babas and chandmiyas, and they are going to graves and worshipping all kinds of weird deities, minor gods, petty gods, after all shopkeepers. And so Arjuna is asking, but these fellows, you see, animal sacrifice is not there in the Ved. Krishna also said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahrutam Ashnami Prayatatmanah. Krishna did not ask for any Andam Mamsam Biryani Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahrutam Ashnami Prayatatmanah. Krishna did not say bring a goat, slit a chicken's neck, kill cows or buffaloes and let us all gorge on the meat. Krishna did not ask for that. Because had it been there in the Veda, in the Ved, Krishna would have said, yes, please slaughter some cows for me. But he did not. But many rascals have written, misinterpreted, distorted the Vedas. Many rascals. That Gomedha was there. Gomedha actually means agriculture. Gomedha can also mean sense control. I already gave you the meaning of go. So Naramedha, people said, oh, in Vedas there are, human sacrifice. Naramedha simply is a term which means funeral rites. Antakriyalu. So Ashwamedha is not killing a horse. Ashwamedha is the task of a king, which means expanding the kingdom. Ashwa is likened to the morning. Ashwamedha can also mean the process of disseminating knowledge, which is what a teacher does. That's also Ashwamedha. So again, Ashwa means senses. Ashwa means morning. Ashwa also means the kingdom. Medha means intelligence. Now Saraswati is called Medha Devi. That doesn't mean that she is the goddess of slaughter. She is not the goddess of slaughterhouse. Medha Academy is there. Saraswati is the goddess of learning. So Saraswati is not the goddess of butchery. Does a butcher keep a picture of Saraswati, Medha Devi? No, na. So these scoundrels have distorted the way. There is no animal sacrifice. Unfortunately, many great commentators have also gone ahead and said, no, in the way, it was there. But in that time it is good. It is Kali Varjam. This is another stupid, illogical, trying to rationalize. What is a crime then cannot be justified today. A crime then is a crime today. At least most of the major crimes. A rape is always a rape, isn't it? Is it possible that rape was okay in Satya Yugam and in Kali Yugam rape was not okay then, but today rape is not okay? It was okay then, or not okay then, and today it's okay. What kind of nonsense is this? We can understand some minor things, which were considered not okay, but today okay, right? So let us not fall prey to these kind of disgusting distortions. So Arjuna asked, what did he ask? Ye shastra vidhim utsrujya yajante shraddhayanvita tesham nishtatuka krishna satvamaho rajastama. Shastra vidhim, scriptural injunctions. Utsrujya, disregarding. Yajante, worship. Shraddhayanvita, with shraddha. Tesham Nishtha means again Shraddha. Krishna Sattvam Aho Raja Tamaha. And then Krishna goes on to describe that the Shraddhas are of three types. Satvik Shraddha, Rajasik Shraddha. So 17th chapter, Tamasik Shraddha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Trivida Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Svabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Chetitam Srunu. In 17.2, that's what Krishna said. And Daiva Asura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga was 16th chapter. Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga is the 17th chapter. So you can read that later. Now, this whole track we were discussing, how many times does the word Krishna occur in the Bhagavad Gita? We have listed 8 times. Krishnashtami on the 8th, and the number of times Krishna occurs in the Bhagavad Gita is also 8. Arjuna occurs 22 times, that we will discuss in the next track. Jai Shri Ram. Hare Krishna.